I have a long gray beard right here. uh, what I plan on doing is presenting more interviews and stuff like that. I have a few on here already. Don't know if you guys have seen it, um, uh, but I plan on doing more this coming year. So it's cold where I am. Of course, all you East Coast cats are clowning because it's not as cold as it is over there. But it is what it is. So yeah, man. What's up, you, me, cool me? I'm outside for a change. I'm about to go in my car though. Shoot, my brother is getting cold, so I'm about to rock and roll. What's up? I was on here earlier, but if it's past 5 and I don't see cats, I they to the Kate. Oh shoot! Oh, about to fall down. Yeah. So seriously, like I plan on like doing more interviews and I don't know, some other stuff. Um I dig the fact that I have a small following, but I'm not opposed to a big following just as long as I don't have like a circus, you know? Um I don't know. Do you guys like? Am I good at communicating at times? Let me know if I'm not. I know I don't. I don't know. I want to use music a lot too, but I don't know. Aside from my music, um, if I could use certain music, I think YouTube has a catalog that they have of music that they are allowing, but a lot of the stuff that they have I don't really dig, except for maybe that theme song to streetgangs.com. I've seen, I don't know if it was Nick at Night using, I'm not sure. But yeah. Yeah, I just want to know, like, is my communication effective? Okay, where the heck? And a lot of times, like, I know I'm freestyling. Ew, what the hell? Nasty. Ew. Something gross was in the street. Yuck. A lot of times I'm just, how could I say it? I'm just freestyling, man. Like I'm just going off the dome, just giving what I think about a certain situation. There's a few times where I've actually done it over because I don't like being misunderstood. But, I want to make sure that I communicate okay, Haha. Hold up. I got to get in the car, homie. Yes, yes, yes. Oh. Gotta warm up. All right. Merge. I know I have a low battery. Let's charge it up, homie. Yes, 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 y'all. Hey, Yumi, I had or had some questions. Shoot, get my seatbelt on. What was that? Thank you, I appreciate that. A lot of times I just want to make sure that I'm communicating okay, because some people, things get lost in translation. You try to explain yourself, and people don't really understand where you're coming from. It's just kind of a weird situation at sometimes. You just want to make sure you're on point. So, yeah, I really appreciate you guys, seriously, and I'm glad that, like, it's not an overwhelming amount of cats, but at the same time, it's, I don't know if, like, like, a lot of people will do likes. I don't like dislikes, I'll be honest. My thing is, it's like, okay, if you're gonna dislike, tell me why you did it. But then again, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. People are free to like and dislike whatever you want. But here's the things that I have to be honest. When I talk about things like what happened to that poor 7-year-old girl, Jasmine, um, and you get a dislike for that, like, are you disliking the situation, or are you disliking because you just want to be an ass? Like that's just evil, And I guess that kind of, kind of got it. Kind of, I don't want to say gets to me, but it's just you wonder people's intentions, and you never know who's watching you either. You know. Hold up, I'm gonna pull over you guys and answer. I see what comments have come out. Just a second. Just a second. Hold on. Comments real quick. Yumi said, I was in bed for a while. I had an allergic reaction to some medication. Oh, Lord. Oh, but I'm back on track. Yeah, I had an allergic reaction to some detergent. I usually go to the laundromat, but I went to my parents' house, and my mom, she's all, just wash your clothes here. So I didn't know how to work the washer. So she worked it for me, some high-tech thing, and I didn't want to break it. Kinds of detergent, like, so what Glide is what I'm used to, breaking out everywhere, dude. Like, I'm at work with my coworker, and like just itching all over, man. It looked like something was wrong with me, man. And I'm like, this is lame. So clothes that I hadn't worn in quite a while, and wearing them, glad I had them, because that itching is no joke. Then my dad said that he was itching because I guess his clothes got washed with that too. I love my parents, man. You guys don't even know. Love my parents. Love my family. I should probably, because people are always black people coming from dysfunctional homes that we don't have dads and all that and stuff, and just a lot of the things that go on. But I come from a two-parent household. I come from a family that taught me a lot of great things. I come from a family that we've had our struggles, but yeah, I've never been on welfare or anything, but we've had our struggles. All these fucking white supremacist idiots are always touting their talking points, but then they just stupid. People like that. I think in the new year it's more like, I need to just start deleting these fools because they have a neurosis. In case you don't know what a neurosis is, it's a brain rot. And they need to be freaking like help. Not my help. You won't get my help. The only thing I can say for anybody is a prayer. Devils like that. They're set in their ways and they're evil. Those ways are evil. And I have no part, no pointing those evils out. But anyway, yeah, I come from a cool family, man. We're all working class cats, just basically doing our thing, trying to be cool, trying to maintain, and just stay afloat. All praise and thanks to the Most High. I'm gonna stop real quick. Some people who watch the live streams don't always respond. They just want to like or dislike because. Yeah, it's just, my thing is like, especially if it's a serious issue where you have that, like some of the videos like I've seen on other YouTubers when we're talking about black people keep being killed and all that stuff. It's just, I mean, not to say that I should be surprised, but it's just like how evil people could be. White supremacists are evil. And anybody that are serving among that is just as bad too. But here's the thing. Moving ahead, this is the thing. I mean, like, what should we be doing? You know, I understand. Yeah, we need to talk about certain elements within our community that are that we need to have healed. You know, but the question is also, what are we going to talk about healing wise, man? Like, what will be that? You know. Oh, it's a little chilly in here. Yeah, 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 man. Wow, did they change the name of that bar? Oh, that's weird. Weird, 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 weird. By the way, Yumi, Happy New Year. Seriously. Uh, I want to talk about something that's a little touchy that a lot of people have. And, you know, I get tired of hearing this narrative. It's just stupid. At this point, it's just played out. It's been played too much and played out. What I want to talk about is the so-called excuse about, I mean, you hear these excuses. I was on some site, some group on Facebook, and this dude basically was talking about the reason that he doesn't date black women, and he put the whole welfare and feminist thing and all these other bullcrap, lame ass like scapegoat excuses. It's like, when did this start? When did brothers start blaming black women for all this stuff, man? It takes two to tango. And I'm saying that being a person that is open to dating anyone. I could care less. I particularly like, no, not to shame or be mean, I go for more women that are non-white, you know. But I don't like when I see stuff about black women that people like. I've been seeing that. I've heard other YouTubers talk about it, and it's like, okay, first of all, what about our part in that? What about men's part in that? You know, why would a woman need to join a feminist organization? Why, you know, was there, you know, just women and children in the single parent home? I know why, but at the same time, you can't blame black women for that. Black men and black women have, you know, it takes both of us to tango, you know, like, that was a mutual thing, man. You can't just put that on one person. And I get tired of hearing it. I've heard even some pro-black YouTubers talk about this and blame black women for that. I think it's ridiculous, man. I'm curious what you guys think about that. Could somebody give me an answer? You guys are gonna laugh. I'm gonna order my food right now, guys. Let me see. Let's see what I'm dealing with. Please be open. Don't close early. Hold up, guys. Okay, sorry, I'm parked. Yeah, I'll put this back. 1 second. I'm gonna answer you guys' questions. You guys gonna laugh at me. Sorry about all my madness. I'm ordering through a drive-through. Hold up. And then I'm gonna answer your questions. I know y'all gonna clown me because of what I'm ordering, but heck. Our store is closed. Please visit us again. Hello?
Hello, welcome back to Popeyes. How can I help you?
Yeah, shoot. How much is, okay, you guys have this $3.99 thing. How much, yeah, I know you guys are gonna laugh at me. How much is all that with taxes?
How much, what is what? I'm sorry?
Your $3.99 three-piece chicken and biscuit thing going on.
It'll be $4.40 with the tax, and you get a wing, a leg, and a thigh with the biscuit.
Nah, I'm gonna do. Could you guys rock the two-piece still, or like is the special going on today?
We have the 2-piece leg and a thigh for $1.99.
Yeah, I'm gonna rock that, man. And how much is a biscuit?
89 cents.
Dang, I wish you guys could just throw it on in there, man. I know you guys probably can't, but okay, I'm gonna do that. I'll do that. I'm just dealing with $4. I'm so bad. I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, I'll do that. I'll do
The leg and thigh special?
yeah.
Did you want it in spicy or mild?
Mild is cool. Shoot, should I get one spicy? You guys have both?
Spicy chicken?
Spicy and one mild?
1 piece spicy, 1 piece mild?
Yeah, that'd be mad cool if I could do that.
Okay.
And I guess I'll have the biscuit. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. How much is that? Like 3?
I will have a total.
So bad. 440?
Yes.
With the cuz the other thing is 199, right?
I'm sorry, it would be like $3.40.
Okay, that's fine. That'll work. I know you guys are clowning me. Oh Lord. I'm on a live stream ordering chicken. It's cold, man. It's the only place that got a good deal, man. You know, it's slim right now, homie. Like, man, my freaking arm is tripping too. Sorry, guys. I know you guys are cracking up on me right now. Thank you, ma'am. Are you? Yeah, I've never seen you before, so I have to say what's up. Peace. Oh man, picking all these cats, man. Where are the rest of these cats at, man? Okay, yeah. I'm gonna read. Let me read what you guys are talking about. Okay, cause I know you guys gonna laugh at my ass, like ordering food, eating a late night dinner. Okay, so what's up? All the homies are up here, man. I looked up and the homies all. I had one. It's good to see you. There's more to being black than relationships. What about cleaning up our own neighborhoods? Exactly, you know. And I mean, people might trip out. I just was upset about what that dude said. I didn't like what he said, and I've heard it even on like a lot of on like a lot of black YouTubers, and I'm not gonna mention their names because I don't want to seem like I'm character assassinating. But always talking about black women. Hey, you.
Hey!
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year!
You be safe, all right? Hey, I think I scared your new worker away, man. Tell her it's cool. I'm always kidding with people, man. Have a good one. Anyways, y'all. Hilarious. That was funny. I'm always the big bully sometimes. I just clown cats because I'm goofy like that. Anyways. But no, dude, like I get tired of that. It's like, oh, black women were the reason that black men left because of welfare, and then a lot of them joined the feminist movement. You know what? There probably wasn't as much black women in the feminist movement back then, but still, dude, like if that was so, like what the heck, like what were black men doing in those cases? Like you can't just put that on black women, dude. And some people will use that as an excuse to date, you know, other women. Like I said before, I could care less who you date. It doesn't matter to me. But don't use that as an excuse. That's lame. That's a lame ass excuse, man. And always throwing black women under the bus. It's just the stupidest thing ever. This dude was doing that, so it just reminded me of even when I've heard other YouTubers say that stuff. It's just like, come on, dude. And you're right. We should be cleaning up our neighborhoods, you know? And focusing on like a lot of our creative efforts. And creativity does not always mean the arts. Creativity is anything that you use to build. I've done videos on that. What's up, Makim? Thanks Man, this is so cool. How many carbs in each piece? I'm a cerdo, man. I'm a straight gordo. Actually, I could lose a little bit more weight. I lost a little bit. But yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of carbs. But a brother, I had some Indian food earlier today, went to an Indian buffet and just ate a lot, and then didn't really want to eat for the rest of the day until now. I probably should do that straight up, like with that keto diet. I have friends that do that, where they eat things and then they don't. Hilarious. Hey, Gab Talk. I've been digging your interviews, man. I really dig that one with Taz, bro. I gotta check out the one with Obsidian, even though I'm not too fond of that dude. Um, I really dig that Taz one, man. I kind of wish that he didn't change the Pookie and Ray Ray thing, though. That would have been. I wish that he would have kept that, because the thing is, and I like the way the reason that Taz like put that is just almost saying, because people are always shaming the so-called Pookies and Ray Rays, but it's like, hey, they're a part of the community too, like. And it's almost like a middle finger to all the cats that were saying that and being fucking arrogant about that shit. That's why I like that. I like the fact that he had that as his name. I wish he didn't change it. It says a whole lot. Damn, am I buffering? Coño, man. Can you guys see me? On the East Coast, most guys in the house with the girl getting welfare. Some are even legally married. Yeah, they need to stop blaming black women for that. That's the stupidest thing ever, man. I'm tired of the rhetoric blaming black single moms. Yes, that's in 2019. I've already been on this, y'all, and I'll tell you this, 2019, that needs to stop. Every time that I hear that, even when TBA, and I said that I wouldn't mention his name, that's one of them, talks about that, it's like, yo, it takes two to tango. You can't just blame black women for that. Like, who gave her the baby? And I'm sick of the term bastard baby makers. No, it takes a whole freaking community. It takes a nation. It also takes just two to tango to do that. You can't just be demonizing our women like that, dude. Like I don't think that that's cool. Yeah, Malcolm. Malcolm said, "I'm tired of the rhetoric blaming black single moms every time the men don't step up and protect their women." Yeah, I don't dig that either. It's not the woman's role to teach their sons how to be a man. Unfortunately, we have a lot of that though. We have a lot. But it's like I don't like demonizing our people like that. Yeah, cool. You want to point out stuff, but when you drag this fucked up narrative of like, oh yeah, black women are bastard baby makers, it's all the fault of a single black woman. That's bull crap, dude. It takes two to tango, man. Don't do that, man. I get tired of that. I get tired of it, dude. But yeah, Gav Talk. Yes. I dig his videos, man. He did one on early 90s hip hop. That's my era too, like I was this punk rocker that was like I'm a musician, so I was into punk rock, hip hop, a lot of avant-garde groups and stuff. But I would go to hip hop shows, even being, as punk rock as I was, listening to Public Enemy, listening to Ice Cube, listening to RBX, and a lot of the gangster stuff back then was more conscious too. A lot of people don't realize that. It was way like, I don't care, like NWA, freaking South Central Cartel, any of those groups, man. They had a few songs where they were talking about some stuff that was going on, especially around the time when the riots went down. Because I wasn't in the riots, but I was around when that stuff happened. My dad made us all stay home. He used to drive for the bus service to RTD back in the day, so he would see a lot of crazy stuff go on. But he made us stay home. But a lot of us were angry. I remember when the riots went down. Actually, I'll post an interview where on my friend does he's my drummer. He does like an interview. He did a whole interview about the riots and stuff. If you guys want, I'll post that interview sometime. But it was a trip, man, because like I remember because a lot of us, including myself, I've seen like police do some evil shit. Even my own family, I've seen my own family get beat up like that. I've had my house broken into by these people, these monsters, and freaking our furniture is thrashed. I'm underneath the freaking table, and like my cousin got hit over the head with a fucking like flashlight, dude. As a little kid, no kid should be seeing that. No kid should be seeing cops doing that. So for the longest, it's just kind of like you don't know where they're coming from when they stop you, you know. And for the long, it's like I have to take a deep breath because I don't know what's gonna happen, you know. Um, but leading up to the riots, because of all the stuff that we've seen, when that got on, who had his head put into a window, um, by if you guys look that up, it happened I think in 90, 91, or 89. Don Jackson, I guess he sued the city of Long Beach PD because of what they did, and he won. And he was, I think, a detective too, but that was on video. But then the Rodney King thing went down. Cats like thought that finally we got it on video. We got this thing on video. And when these devils didn't get convicted, they didn't get anything thrown at them. Yeah, all I remember was this. This is like 1992. I'm a teen. One of the guys that I went to elementary school, Mexican dude, at the time he looked like a cholo. This cat named Marco. I remember just like I walked to like kind of this gas station, which was down the street from my grandparents' house, and I saw him. I'm like, "What's up, dude?" And he's like, "Hey, what's up?" And both of us like were feeling it. And he said the same thing that I was even thinking. He's like, "Man, that's a pretty fucked up incident, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, it was." Both of us just didn't say anything, and we were angry. There's a lot of anger, and before you know it, LA popped off. Different parts of LA popped off, and then it came to Long Beach. Long Beach had some stuff going. Put it like this: the DMV, which is Department of Motor, just started to recover from what happened in the '92 riots within the last few years. So yeah, it was real out here, dude. Like I didn't, my dad just wanted us to stay home like a dad is supposed to protect his family because he didn't want us to get shot, just for being out there. So it was, yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go into all that, y'all, but yeah. The term bastard is used when, he says the term bastard is used when a child doesn't know their father. Most of those black children knows who their father is. They're just not living in the same house. Yeah, I don't like that term, man. I don't like that term at all. Yumi also says, you're way too young to know who Dougie Fresh. No, I'm not. I'm 44. I grew up listening to Dougie Fresh. Dougie Fresh, out here we had K-Day. And you probably heard Tariq talk about it. We had KDAY. In the 80s, I used to breakdance to Dougie Fresh, man. I love that. Him and Dana Dane, Slick Rick. Dougie Fresh was rad. I love Dougie Fresh. Yeah, I know who he is. The Show, man, right? I'll never forget that verdict and the riot, Chandra saying. Yeah, dude, put it like this. Especially because of a lot of the black in LA. Let me tell you this, you guys. A lot of what went down was, a lot of it happened to like a lot of blacks and Mexicans, and a lot of us were not having it. Any black person, any Mexican person at that time living in LA County, because I live in LA County, Long Beach is LA County. It was a wrap. People were pissed, man. I wasn't out there doing stuff, but I was just as angry as the people that were. And it was on, man. You got Mark Furman, who should be in jail, from my opinion. That guy, talk about a devil. Man, he should be in jail for all the shit that he's done and racially profiling people and putting shit on people. That fucking idiot should be in jail. But all those other race soldiers, definitely, they were horrible, man. Horrible. I know Furman was like on some other trial, but still, all of those. That's what we were dealing with in LA County. Those are some of the ones that you guys saw. This is what they were getting away with racially. There's a lot of that stuff that went on, man. You know, out here. I like the incident that I told you about happened in the 80s with my cousins being hit over the head and stuff like that, and my house being broken into by these pigs. And I'm saying this, like, yes, I do think that there are some good cops or whatever. But my thing is this, I wish more, and there's some that have, but I wish more would stand up against those that are corrupt like these devils were. Same with my mom. What did you mean by that, Malcolm? I'm sorry. Same with your mom? What do you mean? Yes, I'm 44. Oh, look who's talking. People don't think that I'm my age, which is good. I'm glad that they don't. Hasn't worked with the ladies too much, but I'm glad that they don't. I was born in 74, rocking it. Yeah, it was very bad under Daryl Gates. But I'll tell you this, if you guys get a chance, two movies that you guys should watch. One thing that I forgot, you guys probably don't know this, but I'm really into like a lot of, especially gang culture type stuff, mostly street gang cultures, especially when it comes to black gangs. Um, Two movies that you guys should check out. Um, Bastards of the Party and also Made in America. Bastards of the Party was made by Bone. Bone was in that movie Training Day. Clay Bone. And Made in America was made by a guy, Stacy Peralta. Stacy Peralta was one of the guys that formed some of the early skateboarding teams back in the 70s and 80s. He was a part of the Powell Peralta skates. So and he made that movie because I mean he white guy, but he grew up in the hood in Venice Beach. He grew up around like Venice 13 and Shoreline. Like certain parts of LA is mixed like that. Long Beach is kind of mixed like that. Like that's I have friends from everywhere. I mean not just because I've traveled in different places, but also because of where I live. It was predominantly black and Mexican as far as like what I mostly grew up around, but I had Filipinos, Cambodians, some white folks, here and there, all kinds of people. But anyway, yeah, the reason I mention that is because even before Daryl Gates came in, there was a lot of that stuff that was already set up like that, man. Evil stuff. Just, I had a guy tell me that I knew, when you talk about even Long Beach, there's a sub-city in Long Beach called Signal Hill. You guys have probably heard me talk about this guy on some of my videos, but Ron Settles. Ron Settles was murdered by the Signal Hill police force. The pissed off part about that, um, I remember that. I was about like 6 or 7 years old seeing his face in the newspaper and then hearing stuff about how they had banners that said Stairway to Heaven and had a noose. Kind of like what they this is the reason that I know that they killed Sandra Bland. Come to find out, of course, the family settled out a TV show that Ron died of a chokehold. Well, we already knew that they killed him, but none of these race soldiers went to jail. But even back then, this guy was telling me, white dude, like he knew of like some cop. Some of these guys would be wearing Nazi like paraphernalia underneath their like uniforms and stuff like that. And Signal Hill's known for having Klan activity back in the day too. Just a bunch of evil stuff, man. So yeah, LA County had some stuff, man. So like, yeah, the world probably finally found that out. But the reason I mention that is because Bastards of the Party talks about how the police were brought from the South and basically to police out there in Watts and parts of LA. It's a trip, man. Great movie if you guys have never seen it. And it talks about how the Bloods and Crips were formed out here, you know? Anyway, yes, I'm 44. Okay. Yeah, Daryl Gates was the devil. She wanted me inside during the riots. Yeah, Yep. It was an intense time. You were in Altadena. I didn't know how far it spread it, but like I wouldn't be surprised because LA was lit. People were not feeling what went down. They didn't like what happened. And we stayed home. I had friends that I mean, I heard some crazy stuff, man, that happened at schools. I'm glad I didn't go. Yeah, I graduated in 93. Yep. But the funny thing, check this out. And I don't know if Gab Talk is still here. Um, the thing about the riots is that a lot of the rappers told you they were the prophets that told you that that shit was going to happen. They talked about it. They knew, especially Ice Cube's death certificate. Listening to that back then definitely had it was a prophetic thing, man. Like it was telling you the reasons for the riots and what happened. You know, and a lot of things that were significant with hip hop back then, man. You know, most of the stuff that I listened to was really conscious, whether it was the Dead Kennedys, Bad Brains, you know, those are the conscious punk bands, the Subhumans. And then they were basically the same thing to me when it came to hip hop. Ice Cube, Public Enemy, X Clan, all of those guys were really conscious and they were telling you what was going on and what was about to happen. Then they try to blame the rappers for it happening. No, blame the society that they're talking about. We don't have rap and hip hop like it used to be. Yumi said the only reason they have those 72% blackout of wedlock rates narrative is because they included the co-parents unlike they did with white and Hispanic communities. If they cut them out, it'd be like 40, 41. And plus, when you talk about Hispanics, it's such a mixed group because there are black Hispanics, there are white Hispanics, there's mestizos, there's so-called mulattoes, which is still black. Um, thing that's a trip when you talk about the rates, you know, like all those stats. I was laughing at this older white woman being bummed out about like the rates of white people in crime and stuff because they included, I guess, some Hispanics in that that were white Hispanics. She's all, well, it's not true. She was getting all butthurt about it. I'm like, man, come on. But yet you won't say it about us, or you'll say the same thing about us. I know it's mostly white Hispanics here. For us, when I think of Mexicans, I don't really think of them all. I've only met very few that are totally white, but most of them are mestizo. They're like basically. I mean, some of them, a few could pass for white, but you can tell they're mixed. You know, like they got the Aztec and Spanish thing going on. Unfortunately, we know how you know how some cats. But yeah, man, shoot. Yeah, I just laugh at some of the things that people use as an excuse to do what they do. Like what I was telling you about with like even like that guy making the comment about black women because of like him wanting to date white and other races of women. And it's like, okay, first of all, don't demonize black women. Second of all, anybody can be a creep. Anybody can be ridiculous. I mean, it's like, and I asked him, I'm like, well, what about certain white women that will take your money? You know, like after they divorce you, what do you think about that? Yeah, I don't see you ranting and raving about it, you know. Yumi, actually, let me tell you, that's an interesting quote, but you know, and I said it in another video, Mexico actually comes from a tribe. A lot of people say it's a nationality. Actually, no, it's actually a people. The Mexico comes from Mexica. Um, but that's an interesting take on that too. I have to check that out. But I do know whenever a person calls themselves a Mexican, especially if they're into like I have a friend who's into his Aztec culture. He's totally into like that, and just even the African influence when it comes to like just even his culture. You know, he's one of my comrades in my music ensemble crew. But Mexico actually comes from the Mexica, which is a tribe, you know, that is an Aztec tribe um of that region. And so that's kind of where that term comes from, you know. But they're pretty much, I mean, I said it in my black Mexican video, you know, like about our presence there. You know, it's been there for quite some time. Insane. In the membrane. It's all in the brain. Sorry, y'all. I'm about to be a cerdo. Excuse me, y'all. Oh my gosh, I don't know why my arm is hurting so bad. Look at the beautiful city of Long Beach. Can't believe it's Thursday. Yeah, 2019, y'all. What do we do? Especially with poor 7-year-old Jasmine Barnes, man. That's got to be found. We're going to have to be our own investigative people. It's already happening with like a lot of black media. And that's good. You know, I admire Jason Black, Professor Black Truth, Paris Milan. You know, I think there's a lot of us, you know, a lot of cats, you know, Gypsy, Neek at Night, even Lovely T, you know, I admire them for their investigative reports, you know, like far out, man. Yeah, but going into 2019, that needs to stop. Brothers need to stop saying that about black women because that's not fair and it's not true. That's only half the story, if it is a part of the story. It's a narrative that needs to die. There would be no unity. I'm going to quote a friend of mine. You guys might know him as Amde of Watts Prophets. He says, the only solution that we have to have as black people is that we have to love each other. And he's right. Anyways, I'm out, you guys. I really appreciate you. Shout outs to Yumi, Makam, Gab Talk, Chandra, I guess it was just you three and whoever else visited in the audio lounge.